on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and began.
Explain to you a little something about racism. I'm gonna have to turn this down. I keep forgetting. I got laryngitis. Okay, I'm mulatto. And I grew up in the 70s. And my parents were white. And they were professional parents. And I'm putting this story, the speech on behind me, because we all know what it is and we all know what it means, okay? But I'm going to bring it to the next level, okay? I'm going to break it down from not being white and black anymore, but to the true essence of like hate and racism, okay? So I'm a little boy, and I had white parents, and I'm adopted. So let's first start with the fact that I watched white TV and had white friends, but I didn't, because I was not accepted, because I was black to them. Now, to the black kids, I was in a white house and I was passing. So here becomes the conundrum. My father marched with King, and he has always told me my whole life to stand up, that I count for something, okay? So all through my childhood, the black kids would whip the hell out of me because I was in the White House, okay? And the white kids would try to put me down because I was black, and I would stand up for myself. And yeah, that's how I got so many fights when I was a kid, all right? So as we progress through life, you know, I love white people. I don't understand. I really don't understand why everybody hates me. I'm just a little kid who wants to have fun and doesn't understand why the white people want to tell me that I'm a boy and less than, and the kids even want to treat me this way. They'll even have the token Japanese kid beat me up because I was that different. Okay? I was never accepted into the black community as a child. I was never accepted into the white community as a child. I only have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 friends who grew up without hate in their hearts. But we had nothing but hate in the 70s and this confrontation between the races, man. When we were creating love, we finally began creating love, and as a child, as a mulatto child, I was under white protection by my parents, because Dad would go off on anybody who called me a little nigger boy, because that happened quite often, and we would not be allowed in places because he had a little black child with him, and they would try to make up rules, and he would go off and cite laws, and Pops would not joke around. But when I became 16, I became a young black male, the most hated person in America, even though I'm still mulatto. So when I was driving my dad's Mercedes, bam, you bet I got pulled over the very first night I went out driving in it. Very first night, 1987. Drove across town, came back, pulled over by the police, shaking. You know, the biggest scars in my life are from violence from police, because I stood up for my rights. I stood up as a citizen. I'm sorry that you all have to hear this from me, okay? Because I'm going to tell you that racism lives in me too. And it's something I don't like. It's not that I'm mad at white people or black people. I'm not. I love people. But let me tell you the story. So my girl tells me she's cheating on me, right? She slept with some guy. She's been hanging out with 2 guys. One guy's name is Alan, white guy, chubby. She slept with him before. The other guy is Elliot, slim looking, nice, respectable black man. I think she slept with Elliot. I am burnt, pissed. Motherfucking nigger get my woman. See, listen. Alright, and I'm a young man. Okay, I'm 20 years old, right? And then she goes, no, it wasn't Elliot. Because I'm like, how can you go sleep with Elliot? You know what I mean? What the hell? And she's like, it was Alan. I was like, oh, Alan? Yeah. I don't care. It's a condition, I swear, man. It's a condition of when I date white women and treat them with honor and respect and a lady and give them flowers and do all those wonderful things that a lady deserves. I am seen by the general public as hated even more. And all the white men now suddenly chase this one girl and do everything they can to destroy our relationship, especially if she's one of the beautiful top women of this town. Because I'm a good-looking man, and I like good-looking ladies, and I know how to treat them. I treat them with honor and respect. So, yeah, I dated a lot of the beautiful women in this town. 40, 50, some, I don't know, 20 years. You know, and some of them got really close to my heart. But we're talking about racism. We're talking about the fact that in 20 years of living in Springfield, I can still be called a nigger on the streets. And the police laugh at me about it. The police can come by and shoot guns over my head and beat me down for being a black man. And 4 days later, they beat me during a seizure. Okay? They saw a nigger on the ground and they beat me to hell. There's only 50 cops here. There's been a police investigation by the city manager into assaults on me, but these two cops found me and they said, we got this nigger alone this time. They've been trying to do it for a while. Let's take him behind the fence. I'm like, why you want to take me behind the fence when I'm having seizures? Why the four of you got to surround me and keep pushing me to the ground when I'm having seizures? I put videos up, a whole bunch of them about what they did to me 2 weeks ago on Keith Cutter's page, because he said, look, man, you need to really tell your story. And I said, well, my attorney said it's not a good idea because it's not safe for me. Well, my attorney was right, because I can't say it was a cop, but man, he was sure confident as he walked around the corner, stood there all in black, looked at me with his mask on and a fucking hoodie, picked the gun up, just right at my center line, pointed in my face from about 4 feet away and said, you better shut the fuck up, nigger. And then walked away, pointing it at my head. Nobody was around. Nobody's around. Nobody to see me. So I want you to Google Chef John, a.k.a. Thor, and Chef John Ernst. You're going to find out this man's done some bad things in his past a long time ago. And then something happened beautiful. Something that was so wonderful in my life that I wear upon me this mantle. This mantle of joy and compassion and peace. And 4 days after they tried to kill me, 4 days after the second time in my life they destroyed my life, the police, out of hate, racial hatred, out of people, out of racial fear, calling me a pedophile, a thief, telling people I'm shooting people when I threw an ashtray against the wall. I got cops at me with guns. Fear. Fear. So, this man, at 14 years old, I stopped wanting to be white and tried to be me. And then I found out when I was 20 that I was black to America. And I wasn't me anymore, so, you know. So we gotta find a way to find peace, man. This whole racial thing, you can't call me a racist. You can't say that I'm a hater. You can't bring any of this on me and say, oh yeah, figures a black criminal would say that. Oh, figures somebody black would say something. I'm mulatto, man. my family's all white, so I grew up whiter than a lot of, black people and black families, And my dad is so square. I'm highly white. See? These are from the police beating and part of my regular dysfunction. I'm in a lot of pain and trying to say something to you. It's really important to me. Because I don't know. They wanted me to go to the hospital yesterday because of my seizures and my breathing shutting down. And left side of my body becoming paralyzed. Let's see, if I call the 911, the police show up, and they're the ones who did this to me, so I don't call. And
the speech was structured like
so I may not be here that long. So I want you guys to hear this, man. This is the voice of Thor, man. A man who just tries to follow the words of peace up.
Within 2 months of King's
and tries even more so.
Passed a new civil rights bill into law.
So much more about how much I love all of you. I love America.
For others, the dream would not come.
And I love the American dream. So if you were like gathering around and you're talking about me as I passed on and Lowell is looking down using my eyes because they've willed them to him and Rocky's got my heart pounding away there. My song will never be gone. Peace Up will never be gone. I'll never be gone. I'll always be with you. Mm.